Alright people, what's up everyone, and welcome to another First Reviews reaction video with your boy, me. And I'm here to take a look at the first reviews for two big video games for this week. Both of them come out a day in between each other, which is exciting. And that is, of course, Far Cry 6 and Metroid Dread. We get a new console this week, technically, kind of, with the OLED for the Switch. So, man, this is an exciting week. We got Alan Wake remaster. We got a new Smash Brothers game, kind of. We got a new Smash Brothers character revealed. We got these two games. We got a new console. It's a good week. We got a new James Bond movie. That's not a video game, but whatever. I'm excited. But anyway, two games that one I'm super excited for, Metroid, and the other one I am very, very, very hopeful for, Far Cry 6. So after these reviews, I might actually consider getting Far Cry 6. I don't know when I'll play it because I have way too many games to play. But it could also be like, even if it's great, maybe I'll wait until like Black Friday because Ubisoft games usually go down in price relatively quickly. But anyway, especially during Black Friday. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm gonna say, prediction wise, I'm gonna say Far Cry 6. Most of them get around 80 at this point. I'm going to say 82 for Far Cry 6. For Metroid Dread, I have a feeling it's going to be really good. I'm going to say 88 for Metroid Dread. I could be way overestimating or underestimating that game, but it looks real good. It looked real good. And I think people really want a new Metroid game because we haven't had a new Metroid game since Other M. And I know some people are going to say Metroid Samus, Return of Samus or Samus Returns, but that's a remake. A brand new one. Brand spanking new. You better not say Federation Force. I'm going to get really upset. Anyway, let's go. Maybe there's one I'm forgetting. I don't think so, though. Anyway, you ready? Let's find out what both of them got. Come on, be good. Be good. Oh, I nailed Metroid Dread. Ooh. All right, well, I'm skipping that one. I nailed Metroid Dread. Ooh, baby, 88. Far Cry 6. Honestly, I was hoping I was lowballing it, but I was not. I was highballing it. Ooh, that's after 39 reviews, too. Ooh, I mean, 76 isn't terrible, but that's lower than Far Cry 5, and I didn't really care for Far Cry 5, personally. Like, after about 15 hours, I was, like, done with it. Ooh, all right. Arguably the best Far Cry to date. Far Cry 6 maximizes PS5 capability while delivering a terrific experience. New and old Far Cry players shouldn't miss this one. Okay. Well, that guy liked it. Let's go Metroid Dread. 50 reviews, 88. I nailed that one. Didn't quite nail Far Cry 6, though. It's an instant classic. I saw an instant classic right there. In so many ways, it is a return to what makes Metroid such a fantastic... All right. Let's read the... Let's do this. Okay. Let's zoom in for this. I don't know why I never zoom in. I should just zoom in for now on. All right, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right, so what is that, 4 10s? 4 10s, 9.6, 9.5, a bunch of 9s. Look at all these 9s. Huh? What did IGN give it? 9. Surprise sequel. After nearly 20 years, Metroid Dread brings back the legendary exploration and progression and merges it with excellent modern combat and some of the best boss fights ever. Best boss fight ever. Do you hear that? Ever. God, Game Informer. After 19 years, they say 19, they say nearly 20, same thing. Nintendo finally delivers an official sequel to Metroid Fusion that concludes Samus Aran's lifelong battle with a race of deadly alien organisms. So it actually concludes it. Okay. I didn't know if this was going to be the end. I'm sure they'll continue. It doesn't matter. Steve Ivor, Metroid Dread has been decades in the making. If that's because it wasn't possible on less powerful handhelds, it's been well and truly worth the wait. It shouldn't have been on handhelds. That's the problem. I get Metroid Prime is a series that usually goes on consoles, but Jesus. You put it on friggin' something else if you couldn't do it. Metroid Dread doesn't take a lot of big swings, but it rarely bats a foul ball. Okay. Let's read one of these. I left Metroid Dread feeling quite conflicted about it. On the one hand, I do think it is fundamentally well designed, and the main gameplay element, the robot stalkers, are woven into the Metroid formula beautifully. On the other hand, that Metroid formula is getting long in the tooth, and Dread doesn't do nearly enough to revitalize it. Dread is fine. It's just not nearly memorable enough for a game that fans have been waiting so many years for. Now. Alright. Games radar. Frustrating boss battles and cumbersome controls distract from an otherwise fun and isolating adventure. I don't like cumbersome controls. But a lot of people didn't like the controls in Samus Returns, but I was okay with them. You know, there was a couple times where I was having some problems, but I feel like that was more skill-based problems than control problems. Metroid Dread is a good Metroid-style game, but does a little more. Well, thank God Metroid's a good Metroid. I had like a little... What was that? I don't know. That was gross. Anyway, GameSpot. More than anything else, Metroid Dread feels like going back to a place of comfort after a long time away. Though the gameplay is refined and new features have been added to the mix, Dread sticks closely to the formula of its predecessors. In the end, for longtime fans like myself, that's probably for the best. There's nothing to dread here. We're home. We're home. Chewie, we're home. Remember that? That's from that Star Wars movie. The one nobody likes now, even though they loved it when it first came out. Let's see. God is a Geek. Metroid Dread is nearly the perfect return for Samus, and only some difficulty spikes reign on the parade. I'm assuming whenever the Emmys show up, right? This is a tight, responsive 2D Metroid experience that constantly impresses and surprises in equal measure, and is the perfect way to launch the new Switch model. That screen looked good. That's what everybody keeps saying. I think there's actually reviews for that device. Maybe I should look those up too. Obviously not on Metacritic, but like you go watch videos and stuff. 6-axis. That's a Nintendo game. Why don't you get your 6-axis shit out of here? You can't review this. That's not allowed. Metroid Dread sees the galaxy's best bounty hunter return in fine form. It takes the terror of being hunted from Metroid Fusion, the more modern direction of Samus Returns, and the freedom to add into the series decades of lore to create something that's not essential for Metroid fans. Alright, let's read them a 10 out of 10. I don't think we read one. I was going to start reading it, but... Metroid Dread is an instant classic. Its seamless blend of exploration, combat, puzzle solving, and light touches of story creates one of the most engaging experiences on the Switch. With a near perfect balance of nods to the past and fresh ideas, Metroid Dread brings cinematic flair, fast-paced action, and a surprising story that the side-scrolling classic that the comeback fans have been waiting for. A surprising story. That makes me excited. Because I always thought Metroid needed a little bit more story, and then they made Metroid Other M. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. No. I gave him a thumbs down. I'm like, yeah, well, cool. You just made Samus into a fucking idiot. Great. That's amazing. How'd you do that, Team Ninja? Brilliant. Gameplay-wise, that game was good, I thought. Metroid Dread, I think we read enough, right? All right, it's great. There's a surprising story in there. It's a great return to form. I was hesitant. Yeah, I shouldn't say return to form because there was no other ones that were fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, return to form would be like if a bunch of games sucked and then this one came out and it was great. But you only had Samus Returns, which I thought was great. I know some people didn't care for it. But I thought it was great. So, yeah, I'll take that back. Let's go back and see Far Cry 6 now. We won't spend as much time with this one. Well, actually, one thing I do want to check. Stadia. No one reviewed it for Stadia. Let's go to PC. It's getting better. It gets better, okay? Let's see previous gen consoles. Only one. 9 out of 10 though. Maybe it's better on previous gen. Remember when some games would like back in the Xbox 360, PS2, PS3 era, in between there, when games would come out and it would come out on the current gen, which was 360, PS3, and then the past gen, Xbox and PS2, and sometimes they'd be different. Like, I know there was a few games that were kind of like that, but the one that I always remember is Splinter Cell Double Agent, because that one was ridiculous, because the Xbox original version and the Xbox 360 version, completely different stories. Just completely. Which I thought was funny. I only played the Xbox original version. I played a little bit of the 360 one. Anyway, maybe that's a situation we're getting here. Maybe it's a completely different game. I'm sure. Oh, there you go. Hey, I was almost there. There you go. On Xbox Series X, it's almost what I said. All right, let's review it on the one that has the most reviews, though. PS5. Oh, my God. Go away, please. Whoa, a 4 out of 10. I was wondering what that negative review was. Okay, I already read that one. Let's get. You know what? Let's start negative because you know I'm Mr. Negative. So let's go to VGC. If you're interested in another, okay, sorry, I got some schmutz on me. If you're interested in another Far Cry game that does the Far Cry stuff the way it's been doing it for 10 years, you'll probably have a good time. But if you've already hit your limit with this kind of game, Far Cry 6 is the new plus ultra of new plus ultra. Okay, of why open world game design is so badly in need of a revolution. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of done with it when Far Cry 5 came out, but I just thought because that game was kind of lame, you know, like even the story was kind of lame. I thought personally, I thought the villain was lame, which I know some people love that villain. I just thought he was kind of lame. Good acting from him, from the guy, but I don't know. That was good. It's just not memorable. I thought his kids weren't memorable either. Far Cry 6 calls for an urgent change in the series. I'm not sure how much time Far Cry could continue down this path. Patience has already run out. The current approach is tiresome, and the next game in the series needs to be a radical change in the way of making an open world first person shooter. That was what I was worried about. Far Cry 6 is an attempt to use all the best gameplay ideas Ubisoft ever had. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, leaving you with some mixed feelings. Okay. Structoid, if Far Cry 3 was the last game you really got into, or the modern Far Cry's formula is your meaty open world experience of choice that somehow never loses its potency, you'll need a lot of you'll find a lot of comfort in Far Cry 6. Otherwise, get to it when you get to it, and try not to burn out. I think I'm just gonna skip it at this point. I guess let me see some of the really good reviews. Let's go to 9s. Any 9s? Did IGN give it a 9? What did IGN give it? Did I miss IGN? I don't know why I care that much. They didn't review it yet, I guess. Or maybe they reviewed it for Series X. Let's see. Because I already know they reviewed it, because that's the only reason why I know there was reviews coming out today. IGN Spain and Portugal gave it 9 out of 10. So there you go. Oh, there you go, 8 out of 10. Far Cry 6 moves over a lot of the bumps that have cropped up in the past few games, and even though it misses some steps, especially with its new inventory system. It has an inventory system? It's the best the series has been in years, okay? Ubisoft's not going to make a fun open world FPS, but the series that once famously saw a villain wax poetic about the insanity seems to have forgotten its own definition of the term. Because he's just doing the same shit over and over again. Oh yeah, here we go. This is one thing I want to know. While you will still often hope in vain that the next mission is one will roll for Giancarlo Esposito, I've heard it's pronounced Esposito. I could be wrong. I thought I heard that. Okay, not the least of which... Wait, oh god. Every character is expertly portrayed, not the least of which is Giancarlo Esposito, whose Anton Costello ranks right near the top of best Far Cry villains. Okay, cool. Oh, here we go. There's more. Despite an incredible performance by Giancarlo Esposito, whatever, of Breaking Bad fame, there's very little new or fresh about this. Okay, so everybody's saying he's great, so, which is good. He's a great actor, and they've been hyping him up. Oh, this is a different 4 out of 10. Far Cry 6 barely hangs together on the strength of the gameplay loop it inherits from its predecessors. Beyond the addition of some fun new toys like the Resolver weapons and Supremo backpacks, nearly every design change is mystifyingly for the worst, and the mismatch between the gameplay and storytelling ambitions is more conspicuous than ever. Yeah, because you're doing silly shit in the gameplay, but the story itself is kind of serious. Yeah, I was thinking that too when they were showing the gameplay. All right, let's go to OpenCritic. See what they gave both. All right, let's go. Okay, all right. Metroid Dread is an 87 here, and Far Cry 6 is an 80. For people that are confused, OpenCritic just takes all the reviews for every console and puts it all together in one score. So that's why Far Cry 6 is a little bit higher here, and it has 100 reviews, because I guess there's that many different ones. So 80, okay. Oh, and they give a little like summation of the reviews. So gameplay variety, Far Cry 6 classic gameplay successfully mixes some fresh ideas. Okay. Open world, Yara has many of the best areas of the franchise. Narrative, Far Cry 6's narrative misses some of its keynotes. Okay. So I guess we don't need to really read these. Let's go to Metroid Dread though. How many reviews they got there? 44. I think that was less than Metacritic. So IGN Essential 9/10. Ooh, 3.5 out of 5. Frustrating boss battles and cumbersome controls distract from an otherwise fun and isolating adventure. I feel like I read that one. Maybe I read that one. All right, cool, cool, cool. So there you go. That is the first reviews for both Metroid Dread and Far Cry 6. Double feature, pretty strong one, if I do say so myself. And I do say so. I'm the only one here. So there you go. That is that. I'm excited for Metroid Dread. My GameStop pre-order just got shipped, which is cool. So maybe I'll get it on release day. It's supposed to be here on release day, but I never ever trust GameStop. So I probably won't get it until fucking next week. Watch. I got the special edition. That's the only reason why I pre-order online at GameStop. I would never do that normally. But I did get the special edition. So I'll wait a couple days. I have other games to play. So I mean, we waited like 20 years for a new Metro. I can wait a couple more days. Anyway, there you go. That's that. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Till next time. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.